Before we start singing, and I mean we, because I hope y'all are going to be singing too. I just had something I felt compelled to share with you. This is in Psalm 37, 12 through 20. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow, to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. Better the little that have righteousness than the wealth of many wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The blameless spend their days under the Lord's care, and their inheritance will endure forever. In times of disaster, they will not wither. In days of famine, they will have plenty. But the wicked will perish. Though the Lord's enemies are like the flowers of the field, they will be consumed, and they will go up in smoke.
If I never make it back home, yes, it was meant to be. I've been sent by the Lord with a destiny. I'm chasing demons out of this land, under authority of God's right hand. And I've been down this road a time or two at least. And I'm not giving up for angel, man, nor beast, 'cause I'm a devil chasing son of a gun. Ain't giving up till the good Lord come back to get me, to take me home. I'm part of God's army. Here we come.
Sorry to disappoint, but no Vicky this afternoon, but I thought that intro was appropriate. How is everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Hello, friends. Tom Dunn jumping on here for a few minutes just to say hi, just to let you know we're still here, we're still doing our thing, and we haven't forgotten about you. And we are still, is it really a good idea to chase the devil? I don't think so, but a friend of mine wrote that song for me, and I really appreciate it, so we play it. We play it as an intro. Shout out to Fred. I love that dude. So anyway, guys, hey, yeah, I see some friends on there I haven't seen in a while. Pop it on here on a Thursday afternoon. Guys, how are you feeling? I feel like some junk today. How do I say this? My stomach is a little messed up, okay? I don't want to say any more, but I had to run an errand this morning with my son, and I came back, and my body was aching, and I took some Motrin and laid down, and I feel better. I feel better now that the Motrin's kicked in, and I had a piece of toast today. But anybody else out there sick? It's kind of been going around here a little bit. I don't know if I'm sick or if I just overdid it in a workout a couple days ago. I really kind of pushed it. And sometimes when I don't work out for like a week, I'm like, oh, man, I need to really hit it now. And then I overdo it. And then my body hurts really bad. Folks, you and I tried to warn everybody, but they wouldn't listen to us. We tried to warn the people at church, the people at work, the people in our family, that we are under globalist attack. Nobody even knew what a globalist was. Nobody knew what a Luciferian was. I remember when I learned that word. And I was like, what is a Luciferian? And even now I'm asking, what is a Luciferian? The best way for me to describe a Luciferian, it's like a satanic elite. Okay, it's like a politician or a super rich person that is into Satanism. So, and you've heard of Satanist, and you've heard of occultist, and people involved in all kinds of crazy stuff. That's what we cover on this show. And if you're new to this channel, then you can go back and check the archives, because we have years of archives covering this stuff, and it's not really old. It's relevant, right? Excuse me. So anyway, guys, I want to hop on here for a couple reasons today. One of them is I want to talk about this song. I wonder if anybody else out there has heard this song, Richmond, North of Richmond. Of course, it's been out for like a week and a half now, and it's kind of old news, but I'm just really impressed by the passion that's in this song. So I thought, man, I want to talk about this. This is relevant. And here's a guy who, I mean, when have you ever heard a song like this where the guy is calling out the pedophiles? Okay, I'm going to read the lyrics here in a moment, but I just love the passion of this song. And I love blue collar, bluesy rock. Okay, what blue collar rock? I kind of coined that phrase myself, I think, because I was making a playlist at work years ago, and I called it blue collar rock. And I put in blue collar rock artists like Bruce Springsteen, John Cougar Mellencamp, Billy Joel. Okay, some artists like that made music from the point of view of the working man, okay, of the dude that's down in the ditch struggling. You think of songs like by Billy Joel called the Downeaster Alexa, or the song Allentown, okay? And there's songs by John Cougar Mellencamp like, what's it called? The Scarecrow, Blood on the Scarecrow, or Blood on the Plow, Rain on the Scarecrow. It's about the farmers, right? In mid-America that were struggling to keep their farms and to keep things going. All right. And we can see stuff like this, and even from the other artists, Bruce Springsteen, man. But I'll tell you what, I don't think all three of them put together could make a song as good as this one. And if you're Bruce Springsteen, if you're John Cougar Mellencamp, you got to be sitting back and be like, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? Like, why couldn't I write a song like this? Well, a lot of it has to do with politics. A lot of it has to do with the truth from God's word. And just, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of talent also involved in there. And I think that those artists are talented, right? So, but man, this guy tapped into the passion of what people are feeling. So, guys, I want to talk about this song here in a little bit, but we've been gone for a while. And one of the things that we've been trying to let people know about is our coffee. Okay. So if you don't know, Through the Black sells coffee. Yes, I am trying to sell you something right now. Many of you guys have supported us. We got a message in the other day. Somebody said, please don't make that old man watch Barbie. I'm going to buy some coffee. And somebody bought coffee. And anyway, our friend Jeff Anderson helped us film some commercials. So I'll show you. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find one of the commercials right now, and I'll show it to you real quick in case you missed it, if it's in here. Yeah, right here. So check this out. This is one of the commercials for our coffee. Hey guys, what's going on? Tom Dunn here. Just to remind you that Through the Black is selling coffee now. That's right. It's Post Teneribus Lux Dark Roast from Uganda, whole bean. Guys, come on. This coffee is so good that even this senile old man loves it.
Zippity doodah!
There you go. Throughtheblack.com is the website where you can find our coffee and everything else. God bless you guys. So there we go. Yeah. Zippity doodah. We're actually running out of this coffee. Okay. So I don't know how. We have less than 10 bags left. So first come, first serve. So if you want some of this, man, this is really good coffee. My son asked me, is this your favorite coffee? And I knew what he was doing. My youngest son, he's 16 years old. And I was like, well, I like coffee. I'll tell you, the coffee that I really like is a blackberry cream coffee that's only available at a particular grocery store from my area. And he's like, do you think you should be endorsing it if it's not your favorite coffee? I'm telling you what, this coffee is really good. It's a dark roast. It's from Uganda, freshly roasted on 7/21/23. So, guys, good stuff. We don't make a lot of money on this coffee, but we wanted to do it because we drink coffee and we thought it would be something kind of cool to share. So we need to get rid of it. So anyway, that's that. Also, our t-shirts, we've redone the Resist shirts, and that's what they look like. So throughtheblack.com is the website where you can find all that stuff. So guys, I want to talk about this song, but I want to mention something real quick, and I appreciate 15 people hanging out here. I want to ask anybody who is a prayer warrior, and I know many of you guys do, you pray for Through the Black, and we appreciate that so much. Vicky needs your prayers. Colleen needs your prayers. Sean needs your prayers. Katie needs your prayers. I need your prayers. I covet them, okay? But as usual, there are things happening that we can't necessarily share all the details about them, okay? And we're making some plans, and we're trying to make some decisions on some things, and we want to be in the center of God's will for these things, okay? So I would just ask that you would pray for us, pray that we would be able to hear God's voice, and I am definitely taking these things very seriously, and I just I want to if God tells me to move, I want to move. And we got some things that we want to do, some things we want to expose, some things we want to investigate, some shows that we want to do. Folks, I started out making films, and I haven't made a film in over 4 years. That's okay. I don't want to make a movie just to make a movie, but I feel like we can do some more with that. Okay. And we definitely want to. There's opportunity out there. And I don't just want to make one movie. I want to make 5 movies, okay? And we kind of got shut down a few years ago during COVID, and we had some big plans. The big plans got basically completely paused, okay? That's what I want to say, paused, not stopped. We want to get back to those things. So, but hey, you know what? Everything is working out. We're doing good. And we just want to make sure we're in the middle of God's will. Some things have happened in my personal life that I'm not really ready to share yet. Nothing bad, all good things. But I want to share it in the right way. And the time that I've had off has been really important to have this particular time off. And I've got to spend some time with family that it was unexpected. It was really unexpected. And I have just been so blessed, you guys. I can't wait to share this information with you, but now is just not the right time to do it. And some of these things need more prayer, and some of these things are ongoing, and God is doing miracles, things that I've been praying for over 10 years. And if you've been to, if you were at the conference, you know what I'm talking about. But guys, I would just ask that you would say a prayer for Through the Black and all of us here, and pray that we would make the right decisions, that we would be hearing from God, that the Lord would protect us, because we're stepping out to do some things that the enemy may not want, and the enemy's seen and unseen. Okay. So we need your your prayers, and we need God's protection. So folks, that means the world to me. That you guys support us. Thank you for the support. And again, with the t-shirts and the coffee, we don't make a lot of money off of that, but we do make a little bit, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the support. So the reason for our shirts is just to they're tools for witnessing. They're conversation starters. And we think that we do them differently than what other people do. So anyway, guys, I'm excited about what's going on. I also want to mention next week, I'm going to be at 2 different places. And if you're in Ohio, if you're in Allen County, I'm going to be in at the Allen County Fairground next Wednesday night speaking at a gospel tent. I got asked to do that months ago, and I was like, yeah, if I can share the gospel, if I can share my testimony, then I'll do it. So I'm going to go over there and I'm going to just share what God's done in my life, and I can't wait to tell the good news of just how good God is. So and then on Tuesday night, the night before, I'm going to be down in Mount Vernon at JC's Garage. Okay, so if anybody knows him, he's a guy that's connected to Coach Dave, and I'm going to be down there speaking at a garage. Here's a guy, I love this. Here's a guy that basically said, what can I do? What can I do? I know I can open up my garage every Tuesday night and have church. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm so inspired by that. I think that is so cool. And he asked me if I would come down and speak, and I said, sure, I will. So I'm going down Tuesday night to Mount Vernon, Ohio, and then Wednesday night I'm going to be in Allen County, the Allen County Fairgrounds, and I'm going to be speaking there. So if you're in the area, come on by. I would love to shake your hand and see you. Also, it looks like we're going to be in Georgia with the Shatter Ops team at the end of October. I don't have all the details on that, but we'll let you know more about that later. There's a conference down there, and I'm not even sure what it's called right now, but I'm going to be down there speaking at I think it's October. I don't remember what it is, honestly. It's the end of October, so whatever that is, it's a weekend. We'll have more information. But I'm going to be with the Shatter Ops team. We're going to be doing ministry. The focus of going down there is not necessarily for me to speak, although I'm going to be doing that. But we want to do freedom encounters and ministry and all that. So that's what's going on. Georgia's a long way to go, but the other two were easier to commit to. But Georgia's going to be a long way, and all of those things, guys, it just requires prayer cover. And I mentioned all these things to you. Thank you for covering us in prayer, because there's just so many details that go into the planning of these things. And we want to really just be in the center of God's will. So I know I keep saying that, but that's my heart. That's my heart. And we've got some other things that we're working on. And if God says yes, then we want to go. If God says no, then we say no. We're not going to do it. So anyway, let me read this to you, okay? This is this song, and I really love this. And hold on a second here. So hold on a second here. How can I lost my spot. Okay, here we go. So this is Richmond, north of Richmond, okay? Richmond being Richmond, Virginia, the Richmond, north of Richmond being the politicians in Washington, D.C., and all of the bankers and the lobbyists and all this stuff. Okay, so there's some cussing in this song, and I don't cuss. I try not to. So it's usually not a problem for me, but so let me read these to you, and I will change up the words. It says, I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullcrap pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a dang shame. It's a darn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is. Oh, it is. Man, this guy, I first saw this song tweeted by somebody, and I was like, man, this guy tapped into something that we can relate to. And it's got a little bit of a bluegrassy, bluesy, country feel to it. And he's got a really, really good voice that fits this song. And when I first heard this, I just felt his heart. Okay. I felt his heart saying this. So let's take another look here at the rest of this. It's a pre-chorus. That was the pre-chorus. It says, listen to this: living in the new world with an old soul. In other words, living in America in 2023, but just even if you weren't born, even if you're younger, you kind of, the idea that you have an old soul. In other words, you want things done the old way. You appreciate the things and the way they used to be done. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control, want to know what you think, want to know what you do. And they don't think you know, but I know that you do. In other words, hey, I know you guys are aware of this too. I know you guys know what's going on. This guy is a master poet. This guy's a genius. I haven't listened to too many of his other songs, but man, just amazing, amazing poetry here. And he says, "'Cause your dollar ain't crap and it's taxed to no end, 'cause of the rich men north of Richmond." Okay. I wish politicians would look out for minors and not just minors on an island somewhere. Wow. That's crazy. And I think he's talking about minors. This guy, where's he from? I'm not sure where he's from, but maybe in coal mining country, and talking about looking out for minors. Of course, they're trying to get away from the mining industry and all of that. So, and then talking about Epstein Island. Man, I can just love all over this song. I really can. Says, I wish the politicians would look out for minors and not just minors on an island somewhere. Wow, he called out the pedophiles. Lord, we got folks in the street ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. It's sad. It's really sad, and it's something that's happened, okay, in the first world in the past 60, 70 years. To see somebody morbidly obese, you used to have to go to a freak show at a circus. It wasn't that common, okay? And I'm not making fun of any of these people, and Lord knows I need to take better care of myself, and I need to watch my weight and watch my diet. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do. But there are programs put in place by the government that make it even harder to do. Okay. It says, well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground because all this dang country does is keep kicking them down. Man, that is not an insult to people that are morbidly obese. That's a cry of compassion. And his heart's broken for these people, okay, that are having all kinds of health problems. And we can relate. If you're not obese, then we have problems from the food that we eat, okay? There's no doubt about it. So this is just a cry from the heart. Okay, by the way, Oliver Anthony is the name of this artist. Okay, and again, it goes back to the chorus. Lord, it's a darn shame what this world's gotten to. For people like me and people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul, these rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control, want to know what you think, want to know what you do. And they don't think you know, but I know that you do, because your dollar ain't crap and it's taxed to no end because of the rich men north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullcrap pay. And, it goes back to the beginning. The idea of selling your soul, just having the life sucked out of you. There's nothing wrong with hard work and just or working overtime. But people are killing themselves and they're not making enough. We're seeing that happen now like never before. Okay. The inflation that's happening in this country is obviously out of control, and we can all relate with this. So Oliver Anthony, the singer, the songwriter and singer for Richmond, north of Richmond, is really just tapped into something that John Cougar Mellencamp wish he could have his whole life, his whole career. Okay. And the same thing with these other guys that, making good music, but I just don't think that they can touch this song. And Oliver Anthony found a way to talk about the pedophiles in this song and talk about, this song could have been 10 minutes long. He could have added so many verses, but usually songs that long are not going to be listened to. But he touched on two things that he sees, and the government basically enabling people, the government involved in abusing people, abusing children, and neglecting minors. And just in a few minutes, man, he really struck a nerve. I love seeing this, that this guy came out of nowhere and now he went to number one on the charts. So I think this is beautiful. And so, well, you know what? For me personally, and I'm reacting to a comment I'm seeing here. For me personally, I don't cuss. I don't like it. I'm not perfect. Obviously, I'm 50 years old, and I can't say that I've never cussed. Okay. And I'll tell you what. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but I think it's a question of semantics, because there are things that we do, and there are probably things that people could look at my life that are offensive in other languages. Okay. What is the difference between, and man, I sure don't need to talk about this right now, but obviously, the S word, SHIT, or crap. Crap is considered acceptable, and the other word is not. I don't know why. I don't say that word, but I do say bull crap. Okay. Why is one word considered, wrong and another not? I had a pastor one time say, if the world thinks we shouldn't do it, we probably shouldn't do it. So, but what I mean by that is, somebody could totally take that out of context. So you ever had somebody that was not a Christian apologize for cussing in front of you because Christians don't cuss? I don't think we should. I like what Greg Reed says. It's the language of demons. And I am by no means perfect. I'm not on my high horse. So yeah. Sometimes maybe this is a good way of getting the point across. So for me personally, I like songs that have some cussing in it, but I don't cuss, and I don't sing those words, and I don't say those words. But I think that they are, it's part of frustration. Okay, we can take a look at I think it was Peter, and the Bible says that he cussed. Okay, he was upset when he found out that he had betrayed the Lord 3 times. And this is a thing that happens. I'm not endorsing it personally. I don't do it. I don't have a problem with it. But I also talk to a lot of people that this is their culture. And it's kind of funny we're getting into this talk right now, but you know what? I don't tell them, hey, would you stop cussing, or whatever. People are raised differently than us, and things that are acceptable in one country or in one culture are different. Just like I just read a book on body language, and there's a lot of things that are considered very vulgar that we do, and if we went to another country and did it, it would be considered obscene. Okay, and vice versa. And the same thing goes with language. So anyway, I am not defending or endorsing any kind of cussing or anything, but I don't have a problem with this song. Yeah, you know what? And obviously there are words in the Bible, and I don't even want to say them, but the D word means condemned to hell. Okay. And when you say that word, it's like a curse. Why do you think they call them curse words? Okay. Um, the SHIT word is an acronym that stands for ship high in transit. Okay. So they used to ship manure in boats down in the bottom, and gases would build up, and somebody would go down there with a lantern and it would blow up the boat. So they would put a sign on the box, on the crate that said SHIT, short for ship high in transit. In other words, ship it higher, not down in the bottom of the vessel. So anyway, not to get into that, I think that would be a good topic for another show. And for me personally, I'm just not comfortable using that kind of language or saying those words, but it doesn't really bother me when other people do. I don't really think anything about it, because not everybody was raised the way that I was raised. And but I think the Bible's pretty clear on, the way that we should talk. And I don't want to talk the same way that a demon does. Okay. Obviously the demonic loves this kind of language and stuff. So anyway, I would take it to the Lord. I would take it to God's word. I didn't have this ready, but we're told, don't let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. Okay. If you see somebody cussing like crazy, you're not going to assume that person is a Christian. Okay. When the Spirit of God, when we receive the Spirit of God, it should change us. We should be separate from the world. Okay. And we should look separate. We should sound like we're separate. Okay. And, but obviously people don't, not everybody has the exact same take on this. So anyway, that's my take on it. That's my thought on it. I love hearing the comments and I love seeing the chat. And seeing what you think about it. Guys, let me know in the chat, what do you think of this song? Some of you guys are already letting us know what you guys think of it. So I think it's a powerfully poetic song, and I think it's a good song. So, and it communicates a message that people can identify with. So anyway, guys, just a reminder for anybody that wasn't on here earlier, we appreciate your prayers. I covet your prayers, and am thankful for just all the support that you guys give us. We're praying that we can grow our channel. Okay. We want to reach more and more and more people. And the way that we do that is when you guys share the content, when you guys share the videos. So thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for everything that you do. And whether you tweet it out, whether you put it on Facebook or whatever, it helps us out a lot. And that's how we grow. We still haven't hit 3,000. Our old channel from a few years ago, we had 17,000 and we were growing. We're still looking for that viral video to kind of blow us up, right? To get the word out. And we have a lot of things that we're trying to do, but it's pretty difficult to make those things happen. So anyway, guys, I just appreciate you hanging out with me. And whether you're live or in the archives, it's cool to hang out, and we appreciate it. So we are going to be back at some point. Don't ask me when, because I just don't know. But we will be back, and there's a lot of things to cover. Vic has got stuff going on and traveling and stuff, and we're just trying to get it all worked out. So anyway, guys, thank you for sharing. Thank you for going to throughtheblack.com, buying the coffee, buying the t-shirts, everything that you guys do. This is Tom Dunn signing out. I am feeling better. I'm not sick. My stomach feels okay. God bless you guys. I love you. Bye. Hey folks, I just met the witches and Satanists, and they're going to allow me to do an interview with them, so let's see what happens.